Hello, my name is Mooncat and welcome to a quick video where I will go over the wildlife event for diamond farms. How can you get as many wishing wells as possible? And even though this event is completely different and quite tricky, quite complex, it is possible to get quite a few wishing wells. So in this video, I want to go over how to do that. So there are two main ways of going about this. If you do not care about the mountain reserve at all, then it is very easy. You simply complete as many quests as possible as soon as possible. You pick up as many incidents as possible, you save up all your tickets, and then on the day with either the wishing well or the wishing well shrink kit, depending on what you need, you spend all your tickets focusing on chests. And in a little bit I will play one game where I try to get chests where I ignore paws, and I'll show you how I do that. So that's the easiest way, but that way you will probably not get the mountain reserve. So if you do want the mountain reserve in addition to wishing wells on your diamond worlds, which I want, then you do have to be a little bit more you do have to spend a little bit more time and a little bit do have to do some more preparation. So basically what you do is that you use your daily tickets more or less every day in order to get enough paws for the mountain reserve. And then on the day with the daily special you want, so either the wishing well or the wishing well shrink kit, you do all your quests on that day. So essentially you try to not do any quests until that day. That way you will get all of these tickets on the day with the daily special you want, and that way you can use all of those tickets to play multiple games on that day. Now, say you want both the wishing wells and the wishing well shrink kits, you could do this in two. So let's say you do the first, 25 quests on one day, and then the remaining 30 on another day, or something like that. Now, in order to get the mountain reserve, you need either 140 paws if you have the event surprise box, or you need 200 paws if you do not have the event surprise box. So either 200 or 140, depending on if you have the event surprise box. I do not have the event surprise box, which means that I need 200 paws in my diamond rolls in order to get the mountain reserve. Now for me personally, I am able to get around 4 paws on average per game when I focus, which means I need around 50 games in order to get the mountain reserve. Now you get around 60 games for free from the free tickets, and you get an additional 19 ones from the quest line, and you also get some from incidents, so you do have plenty of games to play. So if you wanted to, you could also go for kind of a hybrid between the two methods I've mentioned, where you could save up your tickets for a couple of days, hope that you get the wishing well relatively quickly, and then use all the saved up tickets on that day, and then for the remaining days you do use your free tickets, which you get every 8 hours. So it's kind of a hybrid where you use some days to save up tickets and then play for the remaining days. That's a little bit more risky, but that is also something you can do. And that way you can pick up incidents whenever you want, and if you get the ticket, you're able to save those tickets from day to day until the day with a wishing well. So yeah, it's up to you which of these you want to do. And then finally, when the day comes when you are going to buy or spend all your tickets, then you need to focus on chests, which is a little bit different than focusing on paws, and I'll be showing that here. And also by focusing on chests, you will get fewer paws, so that is also something to take into consideration if you do kind of play a hybrid style. So here I'm just going to assume this is a wishing well. It's not, but let's give this game a go. I'll play a game focusing on chests. Of course I picked the game with a lot of paws, so this is a really bad example. So how can I get some big chests? This is an interesting example, not really a good one. And this seems really complicated as well, actually. So you know what? What I'll do is that I will save that for later on. Let's see if we can get a better example in this world here. Okay, here we go. Another one of my diamond rolls I will collect after this video. So let's start. Okay, here we have a better example. So let's try to get some chests. Now I can get the chest here, but I also want to make some bigger chests if possible. So if I break this, then I see that I can make a big red one here. If I do that, can I get that down? I think I can. So yeah, I can. So what I do is that I will break this one here. Then I have a big red chest here, which I can break down here. And then drop it down by removing these red ones here and these blue ones here. Now I could try to see if I'm able to remove this blue one now in order to connect all of these, but I don't think I can, and there's not too big of a difference between the different star levels. So here, for this chest, I get a 4% chance, and this, which is a 4-star, I get a 10% chance. So a little bit higher, but not too much higher. So here, breaking these shouldn't be too difficult. I can actually break this one here, connect these blue ones here, and actually if I do that, I should be able to get this blue one here as well. But I also need to drop this this chest down here, and in order to do that, I need to break all of these, which is a little bit tricky. But I think it should be possible. Yeah, it should be possible with this blue here. So the first thing I'll do is that I will create one more chest over here, like that. Not sure if I'm able to connect it to any more blue ones. I don't think so. So I'll break this one as well. And remember, when you create a chest, the chest will be placed on the tile you click. So if I click here, the chest will be placed here. So I want to place it on this row here so that I drop all of these down. But before I do that, I want to break these ones here to get this chest down as well. So yeah, here we go. I think this should be fine. Yeah, I think so. And actually, I'm looking now, I think I might have made a small mistake. Although I think it should be fine. So let's give this a go. We got a boost we don't really need. Then we got some forge points, don't really need those. And another boost, so no daily special there. So let's see here. If I remove these. Alright, so I think what I'll try is this. And it might not work, but I'll give it a go. So if I break this first, and then if I break these, I need a blue one up there. And I did get a blue one, so now this will work. So what I can do is that I can, let's see if I can create a chest as well in the meantime. No, I don't think so. Not quite yet at least. So if I drop these ones down and these red ones here, then I drop this blue one down and I'll be able to get this chest here. So there we go, there is one more chest at least. It's just a single chest, so yeah, perhaps not worth it, but it's a chest nonetheless. Alright, so here we have another big chest. Can we get this one down? Alright, I think actually I might try this. This. And remove these. So here we go. Here we get another chest. Quite big one. Which is very nice. So I can drop this one as well. Then if I drop these down here. These here. And down there. So what I can do now. I'm not sure if this is the most worth it case of it. But what I can do is that I can break this. And I'll be able to get these red ones will drop down, and I'll be able to get these chests as well. So I think that's what I'll do. Not sure if it is worth it, but that's an example of where you can use a tool to also help you out. But you will not have a lot of free tools, so you do really want to be careful when you spend them. And this was probably not worth it. And as you can see, I didn't get the daily special there. But you don't always get the daily special, so that's fine. So here I see that I can get another chest here. I think that might be the best. Actually, if I, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I do not have enough room for that. So I will drop this one, these, And there you go, another chest. Probably not going to get anything good, but hopefully we might. No daily special there either. So this first game here, no daily special, but this is kind of how you have to play. You have to try to get as many chests as possible, and it is a little bit tricky. But yeah, that's how you go about it. So to sum up, you either save up your tickets or you do all your quests on the day with a wishing well or a wishing well shrink kit, and then you focus on chests, try to get chests on those days to drop those down, and hopefully you will be able to get a lot of wishing wells. During my live stream on the live server, I was able to get a daily special every other game, and you should be able to to save at least 20 games, I believe, on that day, probably more as well. So I think getting above 10, 15 wishing wells is quite possible. And also, if you want both wishing wells and wishing well trinkets, you will have 2 days where you can, use tickets. And so yeah, I definitely think 15 daily specials is possible, possibly more as well for your diamond farm. So definitely not a bad event to get some wishing wells. So with that, I think I'll leave it there for this video. Hopefully this was helpful, gave you an idea of how to do it. Of course, one final thing. Completing all of these quests isn't necessarily easy, although this particular quest line felt quite easy to me. So have a look at the wiki page, look through all of these, and hopefully you should be able to complete all of these. There are not a lot of production quests. There are a few that requires you to build and delete either diplomacy, population buildings, or production buildings, so you do need the resources for that. If you're in a low age, that shouldn't be a problem. If, like me, for example, you are in quite a high age, so here in contemporary, in another world, I am in the virtual future, actually. I'm a diamond farm, which is quite expensive, but most people, if you have the resources, it shouldn't be a problem. You should be able to complete a lot of these on day 1, and as I said, you can split them into 2 different days. And also, for one final thing before I leave, sorry, this one, you also have the daily special switch, so you should be able to get the wishing well or wishing well shrink kit more than 2 times. So yeah, you can split things even further than that. So in total, you should be able to do quite well, get quite a few wishing wells. So hopefully this was helpful. This time I am gonna end it for sure. Thank you very much for watching, and good luck getting wishing wells.